when somebody tells you keep writing more, keep singing more, or keep doing this, it means that they are willing to see more of that content. They are willing to buy into it. And I still personally feel that word of mouth is the most effective form of advertising there is. Yes, there is social media. But word of mouth,
what people say,
is the best form of advertising. Because if I do a very good job, right, on social media, let's say I post something and people like it, people will recommend me to their friends. People will recommend me to agencies and say, this person is really good with what they're doing. This is a very good vocalist. This is a very good voiceover artist. This is a great graphic designer. I think we should bring them on board for the project we're about to have. So recommendation, word of mouth, is a very, very powerful tool in advertising. It's a traditional form, but it is still very, very powerful. It's still very, very effective. And when you do that, you begin to start having ideas. People are giving you hints. People are telling you in your comment section what they like to see and what they don't like to see. So you discover that you're just being in touch with everything that is going on. And it helps you to create. It helps your passion. It helps you to find new ways, to start creating things, so that you're not just doing everything monotonously. You're just doing the same thing over and over again. You're being repetitive about what you're doing. It helps you. And then sometimes you get constructive criticism. You seek constructive criticism from people that know what to do or what they're doing. Exactly. So, please, hi, I'm so sorry. I are you available to talk? I would like to send you, an audio file. I would like to know what you think about it. Please let me know when you will be available. I think character is very important too.
Very, very.
The way you approach people, you don't just barge in on people and say and send stuff like that. And, and say hi.
People, I think creative really, I don't know, they really need to learn. Go research and learn about etiquettes. You don't just, especially,
character is very, 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 very important,
And people don't even realize that especially when it comes to texting, it's even more difficult. You have to be more intentional about it. Because, for example, if somebody is seeing you, the way you say hi, there's a way your expression carries, okay, this is respectful or not. But when you say hi in a text, I don't know who you are. You're like, hi what?
And the thing is, if you keep doing that, if you're not able to come to terms with how to communicate with people, you just might lose opportunities.
Yeah.
Because that person may be in a very good position to help you, but you may have pissed them off with, your approach and your manner of approach and everything. But I am able to always tell people, even when they're doing the wrong thing, I just tell them that this thing is wrong, just so they know, because some people may not know.
No,
it may be a mediocre kind of habit. Maybe the way they've maybe they learned it from peers, they learned it from their homes, So I just tell them, because some people may not know.
No.
Yeah. So I think it's also very important to create opportunities. Like I said, don't always wait for agencies and people to contact you. And that is where being open-minded to creativity comes in. Because you want to make use of what is available to you, the apps that are available to you, how you can go about learning how to put content together. So it helps you to, when you research and get information, your ideas, it helps you to put content together. Yeah. When you're researching, you begin to know who your audience are, who you want to talk to, what you want to write, what you want to say, the kind of stories you want to tell, how you want to engage people, the duration of your content. Should it be longer? Should it be shorter? But I can tell you for a fact that now, whatever you want to churn out, whatever content you want to put out there, you need to make it as short as possible. Yeah.
I wanted to ask a question though. Sorry for cutting you short. Okay. Like about being open-minded to creativity. Now, I think some people might struggle with that when it comes to just opposing that with being having a niche for themselves. So let's say a voiceover person wants to say, I only want to be doing international kind of voiceover. So that's what I want to hone my skill in, to be able to read a script like in an American accent, for example, or somebody wants to say, I'm very good at pidgin. So this is my niche. This is what I want to do, right? So how do they now do that? How do you balance having a niche with being open-minded to creativity? Because now, for example, you're like, okay, you can do a little bit of adding video text and doing this, taking cues from your audience and all of that. So it's like, okay, if you are feeding off your audience as well to get feedback and all of that, what if you are setting out to say, this is my niche, this is where I want to stay? How do you balance that?
Okay, that's a great question. So let's take Pigeon, for example. Let's take Pigeon, right? If Pigeon is your niche, if that's what you're strong, because it's also important to know your strengths and weaknesses. You know, don't say because somebody is asking you to explore your talents, you want to do everything where you know that is only one thing you're good at. So concentrate on your strengths. So it's really good that you focus on your strengths. So let's say I'm a Pigeon voiceover talent and it's only Pigeon I want to be doing. I won't always be able to, if I keep releasing content as audio, people will tune out. So if I merge that audio with video, maybe do an animation where I'm, you know, gesticulating and people are hearing my voice, it's now more interesting. People are like, you know. So as opposed to just hearing only audio. Do you get what I'm saying? So the creativity that comes into place now is exploring other creative measures to the craft, like using animation, using memes. It could just be a picture of you doing, and then there's a text saying, "See them, they don't go, they catch coronavirus now." You know, it can just be that. You know, on one day it could just be a meme. Just your face is just like this. You know, then there's a text, you know, in the background somewhere. That's creativity. Another day it could be just you, you know, creating like a poll for your
stories or
on your stories, you know, to enable them to know what kind of series maybe you want to create and if they are going to be interested in watching and all of that. That's another way. Another thing you can do is you can use infographics, slides, you know. You understand? Maybe Pigeon proverbs, 10 powerful Pigeon proverbs. Then you say swipe left, one. Do you understand? So it keeps engagement, because when people realize that you are very creative and you are doing different things, they always just want to come back to check. They may not even like it. Now these days I'm not even concerned with liking, whether anybody's liking my post or not.
Anything.
Once I look at my engagement, it's my engagement I'm using to measure my craft. You understand what I'm saying? They may not even like Ejiro, they may not like your post, but they just want to come and check where and they will laugh. If it's funny, they will laugh to themselves.
They will laugh and go away.
They may not comment, they may not make any comment, or they may not like your post too, but naturally you've done your job. Do you understand?
This reminds me of being on air, like on radio. The truth is that your diehard fans hardly call in to your show. But they are always there. They don't miss your show or anything.
They listen, exactly.
They listen every time. So most of the time, the people who even call are mostly maybe one-time caller. They just want to hear their voices.
Exactly.
So you don't judge by just the people who comment or like. You judge by people who engage with the post. That's really, thank you for pointing that out.
And then everything that you create, there always has to be value. What value do you want to add to people? Why do people watch? People watch because they either want to be entertained, or they want to be informed, or educated, you know, or even motivated. You are sleeping on Monday morning. Wake up, Jimasu. Do you understand? Jimasu. That's motivation. So people watch for different reasons, you know. People watch for different reasons. So it's up to you to know what you want to say, the kind of content you want to create, and the kind of value that you want to add to people. Because I like to explore my creativity in different dimensions. You understand? 1 minute I may decide to be playful. I may decide to create a very playful content. The next one, I want to be able to make you see realities in life, you know, and make you see that this life, you don't own it to, you understand? Just for a second. It's not like I'm trying to be a killjoy or anything. You know, like I did some post in January saying that life is precious, you know. And it dawned on me that I should create that content, because that day it brought me to a place of reasoning yet again, you know. I had a bike accident, a non-fatal bike accident, thankfully. But I discovered that life is so fickle. Like just 1 minute, I was rushing about, I was trying to go about my daily, struggle and everything. And then the next minute I was down with I was affected by an accident, and I had to go to the hospital. And I was seeing blood on the ground.
Wow.
I was hearing people groaning and, in excruciating pain, people, family members, trying to support their family members, trying to give them water and all of that. And then I looked around me and said, Jesus,
wow,
look at this life. What it is my job now to give that kind of story a voice, and put it out there for people to just know, even if it's just 1 second, let them just think that,
think about
this thing is true. I don't care if you like my post. I don't care. It's just my job to use my voice, in different dimensions. And that's where creativity comes in. Today, you may decide to motivate somebody. Tomorrow, you may decide that, you want to entertain. Or if you're a comedian, you know that, the business of entertaining people is your work.
Yes.
And that's different. But even at that, if you are doing the same thing over and over again, people will complain. I was watching one of these comedians post recently, and people were always like, she's always slapping. I think it's Tauma or Jessica King or one of them.
Yeah, Tauma.
That she's always that they're tired, that she's always slapping her daughter. She's always slapping. But then again, I mean, if it's her style, if it's her style, it's her way of.
Yeah.
But then again, I just may check out what people are saying, and just for them, at least do 2-3 different episodes that are not in that line. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because people are already saying that they're getting tired, or they don't always want to have to see that. Maybe it's violent or something. So there are many ways to make somebody laugh. How about creating other content that doesn't necessarily have to do with the slapping and all of that? I'm not saying I want to tell her what to do or anything, but I'm just saying that sometimes when people engage with your content, it helps you. It helps you to just apply that, to whatever you're doing. It helps you to just be aware of everything that is around you. And then you also want to ensure that you have savings. Any craft that you are in, you need money to achieve something. Either start a business, either buy equipment to carry out the business. So you need to be very disciplined.
With your spending, yeah? With your finance?
You have to, not exactly with your finances, but create a budget, I would say. And I'm borrowing this now from my PR knowledge. You see why I was saying that you can borrow ideas from other aspects, from branding, from marketing, from advertising, from every aspect possible,
to apply.
Exactly. You can apply that to whatever you're doing, so create a budget. I want to buy a microphone. This microphone is 50,000 naira. 50,000. I don't have 50,000 naira now. So what do? You probably sign up with PiggyVest, or sign up with one of these financial Flutterwave or something, where you're able to constantly save money, save money, or CarryWise rather. I said Flutterwave. You're able to save money, and just create a name for that account and say microphone. So if it's 5K a month, I want to be saving towards that budget, in that account. I will definitely get to the point where, I'm already communicating with the buyer and saying, I want to buy this microphone, by so and so month. Please keep it for me. Let me make a deposit, or can I? Do you understand? Try to work towards achieving your goals. It encourages you, because let's face facts. If I'm a voiceover talent and I'm saying I want to buy a microphone, people are not calling me for jobs, I'm not inspired to create, I will go to that account and withdraw the money and eat it and use it for something else. I won't be motivated to buy the microphone anymore. But when you are conscious about, creating a budget and achieving your goals, you are encouraged. You already know that, hey, my money has reached 20,000. It will soon be 50,000.
Let me do more.
Do you understand? And then a checklist while you are developing your plan. Microphone, contact list, update my contact list, because you have to keep communicating with so many people. If it's pidgin that you say, if you're a pidgin voiceover talent, and you know that it's only pidgin you want to do, who are the agencies? Who are the people that are in need of your pidgin
people?
Do you understand? Is it radio stations? Is it TV stations? Is it? And then I'm calling them. Hello, I'm a pidgin voice talent. I know how to present very well. I know, that's, you're updating your contact list. Then you have a checklist. call Ejiro to check back with, you understand, to follow up. You have follow-up contacts. I have two kinds of lists. I have the one I use for my professional, work, maybe to create content, to contact people, to follow through with people and all of that. And then I have an individual list where I say, buy sanitary towels, watch so and so video tomorrow. Maybe I was watching a video before, I've not finished watching it. Watch the remaining part of the video. I have a list like that. Wash your clothes, wash your dirty clothes tomorrow. Because if I don't hold myself accountable,
you might end up not doing anything.
Call Ejiro at 2 p.m., not at 9 p.m. Because I may say, I'll call. One of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is, I won't forget.
It's a lie.
Do you understand? That's one of the biggest lies anybody can tell themselves, that I will remember, or I don't have to write it down. If I have to call you by 2 p.m. tomorrow, I might have it here that, oh yes, I have to call you by 2 p.m. tomorrow.
But funny enough, tomorrow you realize 4 p.m.
4 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. I'm like, yay!
2 p.m. has passed.
Oh my God, I should have called her. And then it even might be an opportunity that I had to take care, I had to make use of, that would have been beneficial to me, and I may have lost it.
Yeah.
So I have an individual list. I have, my professional work list and all of that. My younger sister was even laughing at me one time that, you are an old woman, why are you writing as if? And I said, I have to write it. If I don't write it, there's every possibility I might forget.
Wow.
So you always just have to hold yourself accountable to everything that you're doing. You have to invest in, then when you're researching too, you have to invest in training. Training will help you. There's this conference I attended last year. I think Funke Buckner was there. Tara Fela Durotoye was there. Fela Durotoye, I said Fela, sorry. Fela Durotoye was there, and then they were talking about how to update your knowledge over time. The way people were doing makeovers in the year 2000 is not the same way they are doing makeovers in 2020.
Nah.
Even when you were a pro in the year 2000, it doesn't mean that you just have to fold your arms and say, oh, I'm a pro. You have to keep learning. Learning never ends. You have to keep updating your knowledge. So if you want to invest in training, if you want to have to, pay hire a vocal coach, if you want to go to graphic designing school, if you want to go to YouTube and learn how to design, how to do things, hold yourself accountable to it and practice it. Because if you learn and you don't practice,
you're
going to waste that knowledge. And at the end of the day, you just realize that you're deceiving yourself, So even this pandemic season is a very good time. It's a very, very good time to utilize all the things skills. All the things that you've always wanted to do. Although it can be tricky, because I think that as individuals, we have different desires. We have different things that we want to achieve. This is for some people, they just want to rest.
Yeah, maybe they've been working really hard.
Do you understand?
I mean, that's a goal. That's a goal too.
That's a goal. So it depends on what you want to achieve this season. Don't be pressured by, I have to make an online presence. I have to create content. I have to do it. Because sometimes when I open my Instagram, I'm seeing live.
1 million live.
And I'm like, okay, all these live sessions, they're definitely good for something. They are good for something. But I have to be selective about what I want to learn. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course. I mean, it's not that their content is not good, though, but it doesn't apply to you right now.
My goal may be to be in shape, to engage in fitness exercises, to weight loss or whatever. My goal may be just to rest and not do anything. My goal may be to, engage in casual activities like watching movies. The series I've not been able to watch since January is now I want. It's also a goal. So I think, but at the end of the day, I think that you should also focus on self-development. So all those things that have been making you to procrastinate and say, oh, I'll do it next week, I will do it the following week. Now is a good time
to do it
for you to revisit all those ideas and all those your checklists and look at it and say, oh, have I done this? Have I been able to do this? Now that I'm not really pressured for time or anything, pressed for time, how can I go about achieving this?
Achieving all of this, yeah.
Is it feasible? Can I afford to do this? Or what can I do? Focus, still take out time.
Yeah, how much can I do? Even if you can't do everything.
most people are realizing now that procrastination is an enemy, and it's just a fact.
It is so.
It is a fact.
It is.
You know, my pastor was saying that, oh, many of you that said you were going to do this, you're going to do that, and now you're regretting.
1 month is over.
It's because you did not commit to it before. You procrastinated, you know. So now is a good time, you know, if despite anything you are doing, because there are days, last week Saturday, I just told myself I'm going to rest today because I had a long week. I was doing so much work and all of that. I had so many online classes I was engaging in. I just told myself, I said, this Saturday, I'm going to rest. So don't take yourself out of the equation and say, I'm working, I'm a career woman, this, that, and then you're having high BP the following day. And come on, do you understand? So whatever you want to do, if you practice, most especially, I'm in a business that requires a lot of practice. Vocal warm-ups, exercises, reading out loud, it's all part of my work. So I have to dedicate time, whether I want to do it online or offline. I have to dedicate time to practice. So just hold yourself accountable to self-development. I would say, no matter what you're doing this period, you know, just hold yourself accountable to self-development.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wow. please. Good guys, can you just give a round of applause wherever you are for Steph? She's been dishing out good content to us. This is amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for pouring out all the things. Like, I have learned a lot, like all these notes. Hey, I want somebody to oh no, man, I hope you took note. Please copy all these things out and keep it separately, because we also have to
and then promote yourself. Please promote yourself. You know, sometimes we create content and we just leave it at people commenting, you know, on our posts and all of that. It takes nothing to actually use Facebook to do sponsored ads, you know,
according to your pockets.
It's not even expensive, funnily enough. How much did I do the last one I did? I didn't spend, I think I used 1K or so. You know, I wanted to do video views, you know, so I just created a campaign for it, an advertising campaign for it on Facebook using the Facebook ad app, you know, and then I just created that. So sometimes you can just actually promote yourself. Because when people see, like I said, I mean, we're in a visual community, we're operating in a visual, people want to see things. So when you promote I'm a bead maker, I make beads, you do sponsored ads, people are going to see it,
and they might
they click on your profile and say, oh, okay, your contact is there, or your email is there, they're able to contact
even if you don't immediately buy, they save
exactly.
follow you, you know, and then they can come back to you later. Thank you so much. So while you were talking, there was a question that came in from Uche. Uche said, please, what are some examples of these video apps you use to support voice as well?
Okay, that's a very good question. InShot is there. InShot.
I personally use Video Show.
Okay. Video Show. Oh, okay. I haven't tried that, but I'll definitely look into that.
Well, Video Show came out before. I think it was there before InShot, before Viva Video, or around the same time. But so when, I think like in 2016 or 2017, so I actually bought it then. So I don't know. I think it's now on subscription. But back then, we just buy one-off when it came. So so it's more flexible. When it is premium, it's more flexible. You can do a lot of things. So it takes away the watermark and all of those things. But InShot is good. Yes, Video Show is good. There's also
Power Director, Quick.
Yeah, there's Quick.
Viva Video.
Yeah. There's even for design. Have you used Adobe Spark before?
No.
Oh my God! For design, it's quicker than Canva on mobile. Canva is great. But Canva is more like LinkedIn or social media. Yes, it's more robust, especially when you're using it on mobile. But when you want fast design on mobile, try out Adobe Sparks. Oh gosh, beautiful! Because
is it just an Android? Is it an Android app, or is it available?
I'm not sure if it's just Android. I think it's available on iOS.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Okay. I use Android. You know, it gives you two options when you are done with your design. You can either animate it to make a GIF, or you save it as a picture. Or you save both. So which makes it's a win. You can always create short video content, and like when it's a text, you can animate it so that something is moving.
Moving,
yes.
yeah.
So if you're posting on Instagram, for example, it shows as a video, because video is actually more effective nowadays.
Exactly.
So that's why what you're saying is really true. So you need to find a way to incorporate whatever you're trying to say, whatever you're messaging.
Using different avenues, GIFs,
text,
stories,
video,
quizzes, giving tips, quizzes, question and answer.
Yeah, just anything to engage.
Quotes, even quotes, you know.
Quotes, yeah.
Different, even your indigenous language, you know,
I know, right?
Using indigenous languages. I think people tend to underestimate the power of languages, you know, a lot, because I mean, we all speak English in this part of the world. Like everybody, just the first language that comes to mind is, oh, let me speak English, let me speak Pidgin, you know. But then you can speak in your native language. You don't necessarily have to wait till your parents speak to you and say, oh, okay, we're speaking my language. You can use your language, especially if you're into the business of communicating. You know, maybe if you're a presenter, you're a voiceover artist. You know, somebody contacted me last year and said, oh, he might be interested in getting somebody to speak in Ishekiri to translate some scripts and stuff. And I said, I'm open to it. You know, when he's ready, he should let me know. But I never would have thought that opportunity would have come about, because, I mean, the three major languages in Nigeria are Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. You know, and the other minor languages, or the languages that are in the minority category, we just use them, we just speak them to our parents or speak them to our peers and all of that, you know. So I think just being able to create opportunities using your indigenous languages, it can help. You can teach children, you can
very, very
do
important.
instructional videos on coronavirus, for example.
In language.
Wow. That Mario deal. You understand? You speak your language, and you know, and just see.
It's good. I mean, when you understand the language, sis. Now when you understand the language,
I'm telling you.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining. For those of you who have joined and waited till the end.